Before I introduce myself, I just want to say that this podium was made out of Goethe, which is the main timber that I deal in. So you can really see the value that's been added. But it's a very small example. I've seen everywhere, in homes, in Windhoek Park, the cladding that they use is from Goethe. And Goethe is actually one of the most harvested species in southern Africa. So my name is Leroy Diocotlhe. I'm the founder of Miombo Forestry Products. Miombo is a timber company. So it's also called a Sawmilling company. So we have very few sawmilling companies in Namibia. And what a sawmill is a company that, you get carpenters. Now in the stage before carpentry is sawmilling. So the carpenter needs raw material. So that business behind the carpenters is what's called sawmilling. So besides processing, timber into planks, which was the first phase, we decided to develop the company in phases because it was very expensive to do everything in one go. I remember when we went to the development bank and we said we wanted 20 million to put up a furniture factory. They said, how old are you? What experience do you have? So we decided to do it in phases. And when I started in Carpentry, choosing that location as the best location because it allowed the company to source timber not just from Namibia, but also from Angola. So it was a very strategic gateway area for us to be able to get, and also to lower our footprint, because we didn't want to over-rely on a certain area. So we decided to look at both Angola and Namibia. And to tell you actually how to add value on, I want to make a statement that the value of forest product is actually added when the tree is still standing. So before you can look at any kind of products, there needs to be governance structures, and I think Michael has a very good understanding of this when it comes to FSC. There needs to be administrative structures and accountability into how the forest is managed. If you don't have any management in your resource, and let me use an example of land. You see the land or the bush in the mountains. That's not actually called land. Land needs to be created. So forest needs to be put under management first. So if you don't have any management structures, if you don't have a committee, an organization, that is looking at fires, for example, looking at illegal logging, you started on the wrong foot. So the first thing when you consider value addition in timber for the market, they want to look at, are you managing your resource? What is the sustainability? When you're harvesting, the rotational harvest taking place. So I've learned this because obviously I want to sell it to different markets, and to get to the highest market, they end up telling you, listen, if you want, there are certain values you need to respect. You need to look at community rights. You need to look at regrowth. What's your resource base? How long can you supply us for? If you don't have any security of supply, they won't be interested. Because imagine if they have to source a product, the whole day's marketing that goes into it. They want to know how long, what kind of marketing strategy can they put into this product. Because if you go to Nectus and you want to buy a piece of furniture, and the customers start liking this furniture, there's going to be a certain demand. Now, if the supply is not quantified, then the seller, the retailer, will not be interested to buy from you. So it's very important that in the market now these days are very conscious about going green. So it's very impossible. It's actually impossible to just say you're going to occupy a bush and start cutting timber because you've seen a few trees. You need to do surveying. You need to do environmental impact studies. So that's where the value is added. Before you think about chairs, desks. And to conclude, I want to add that over the past 2 years, one of the greatest achievements that we've, with government, is we've managed to change, you know, when you were in high school, those desks that you were sitting on, they used to be put all those that wood from South Africa. So now they've made a decision to localize that supply and to only source chairs and desks from local markets. Thank you.